ladies and gentlemen, please fasten your seatbelts and prepare for takeoff. We'd like to thank you for flying with us today. Hopefully we've made your flight enjoyable. We're about to start making our final descent, so if you could please collect your belongings and prepare for landing, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Give me 1 second to transfer us over. Oh, that looks like Felicity. Oh, never mind. You guys won't see it, but she was vibrating there for a second. But hello, everyone. Welcome to the interview. Felicity, would you like to introduce yourself a little bit, like a brief introduction?
ありがとうございました、ご主人様. I'm glad to be here. I am the LEWD stream mom, Felicity Hayami, and I am so glad to be here.
Yeah, and I'm glad to have you. Very glad to have you. And I also think it's funny that I nearly clicked on a playlist on Spotify that I've saved that is just titled LEWD because you said the word lewd. I almost clicked that instead of my copyright-free playlist, which would have been very not good.
Oh my.
Yes.
Naughty, aren't you?
Yes, but I don't. I try not to portray that to people who are wholesome. Because like the thing is, while I try not to care, about how people see me, I also don't want to portray myself in a way that will push away people that don't want to hang out with lewd people. Like I like to hang out with the wholesome side of the internet and the lewd side. I think that both sides can be very fun to hang out with.
Quite.
And I think it's sad that one side is uncomfortable with the other sometimes, but it happens. It happens. But yeah, how are you today?
I'm all right.
Been up to anything?
I only really just woke up not too long ago.
You and me both. I only woke up like 2 hours ago. Actually, I think 3 hours, but I stayed in bed for an hour. I slept hard. But yeah, no, I do know recently though you had a bad run of heat stroke, or was it just like a heat?
Heat exhaustion. Yeah.
Yeah, because you stayed in the car in the Australian heat while someone went shopping.
Well, my sibling went shopping. Yes.
Oh boy, how long were you in the car?
Half an hour.
But actually think about it, I've been in hot weather, but God, yeah, no, I would expect that would overheat you. Like staying in a car, did you not have AC running or the windows down or anything?
The windows were down, but Aussie summers are no joke.
Oh wow, Jesus.
Oh hey, Grimm's here.
Yeah, it's Grim. Yes, hello there. Hello, which is nice because then maybe I can ask at the end, or if they're still sticking around, your two partners if they show up, about the thing I brought up before this. Because I am planning to, I don't know if you want me to bring it up, because I am planning to host a VTuber dating show. Not, like, genuine. It's not like you're gonna... Because the thing is, here's the thing. It's for fun and games. If people go in and they actually are expecting to find love, and then they get, rejected, they probably will start some crap on Twitter. I don't want that. It's for fun, people. It's all jokes and games. Don't go in expecting you're gonna actually find love. Just thought I'd make sure I know that, but it's gonna be a very fun. Hey, Still Spears here too, both of them. Nice.
Yay!
Both your partners, which actually, that's something that might be interesting, because you know what, I had a friend that once asked, and I was curious about what, if you have a similar opinion to them, but you are polygamous, right? Not really open relationship, but you have multiple partners.
Yes, polyamorous.
Yeah. I was told, I don't know if how it is for you, and it's gonna be interesting in your mentality on this, but they told me that the reason that they are totally fine with doing polygamy is because they don't really feel jealousy, and also that they don't like having to keep their emotions in check for only one person, that they can give their heart out to multiple people and feel just fine.
Well, for me, it's more that I have trouble loving just one person, and that's why I have two partners.
I gotcha.
In a polyamorous relationship, though, there is no room for jealousy. When that happens, it does start to taint the relationship, and things can get really sour really fast.
Oh, I bet. I don't doubt that one bit. Oh my gosh. But so yeah, and so for you, is it more that you just can't help loving multiple people? It's just your heart's too big for you to hold those emotions in?
It was mainly just that my last monogamous relationship ended really terribly.
Really? Oh,
well,
interesting.
Not my last one, the one before that.
I gotcha.
Yeah. My last one was an online relationship with a really sweet bloke from Nebraska.
Oh, really? Oh, nice.
I do
But
remember. Oh, go ahead.
But now I'm with Grim and
Grim and
yes.
Spear, yeah.
Yeah, now I'm with Grim and Lulu.
Ah, gotcha. So still Spear's Lulu?
Yes.
Gotcha. Graham says, jealousy must be mad apparent, and your partners must quell them. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Gonna pretend you didn't forget my name? I know, I heard that. Just Hayami here, Hayami-san was just like, Lulu, yes.
I was spacing out somewhat. Curse being on the sometimes being on the autism spectrum can be very apparent.
Oh no, I feel it. I feel it, especially as someone who was diagnosed at age 4. I can very much relate to that feeling. My mind spaces out very easily, and I tend to either get hyper focused on something or I can't focus at all on anything. Let's see. Poly can't be done in bad faith. No, it cannot. You cannot do it in bad faith at all. Very true. And I feel like it's gonna become more acceptable as time goes on, as long as the mindsets it's mindsets and just the perspectives are explained more to people. That way, people can understand why other people are okay with it. Because there's gonna be people who aren't okay with it. Also, give me a sec to open my blinds so I have more light shining in. There we go. But yeah, no. I believe you talked about on my last stream, or like when I pulled you in while I was doing spring cleaning, but you did tell me that some bad things happened with that partner you were talking about in the past.
Yes, my horrid ex.
Not sure if you want to talk about it again here. Also, just be sure not to be too graphic for for sake of YouTube.
Well, I don't mind sharing my story. It's just that, well, my terrible ex, it has threatened to dox me if I talk about him.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. Wow. Jesus, that's bad.
Like, when, way back, he actually sent me a message on my Twitter, saying that if, like, keep my name out of your mouth, or I'm going to tell everyone who you really are. And I'm just like, well then.
Jesus. I think that he can actually get in trouble for that threat. I'm pretty sure that threat is actually, like, a genuine problem, because that's like blackmail. Yeah, we don't have to talk about that. I was just asking because Felicity did bring it up last time I streamed with her.
Well, the thing is that I don't really care. I never used his name once, so he can't say shit.
Yeah. I mean, if we want to just sum it up, basically, he was a very abusive guy, from what I've heard from Felicity. Yeah.
That is an understatement of the century.
Understatement of the century. Yeah, we can move on.
Let's just say this. Everyone I have told my story to want to find him and beat the ever-loving crap out of him.
I feel like that happens a lot with abusive people. It sucks, but it does happen. But,
Alright, well...
First time I've been here to see it. To see what? Exactly, an interview? Because, welcome, glad to have you here. And for those who don't know, Felicity here does her own interviews, or at least she has her own, like, talk show, called Hayami Estate, I believe you said it was called.
Yep.
And so this is actually, according to her first time being interviewed herself. So she's on the other side of the spyglass this time.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing a little bit of digging into her and finding out, how she came to be. A good question, I guess, to ask is, how did you get into content creation?
I became a VTuber completely by accident, actually.
Really?
Yep. Like, I commissioned a friend of mine to draw me as an anime character. That's the image that I gave you for the thumbnail.
Ah, and gotcha.
Another friend of mine saw that pic and went, that looks like a great VTuber. And I'm just like, what?
Really? What's funny about the art style is it kind of reminds me of Seven Deadly Sins.
Hmm.
I don't know if you've seen that anime, but that's kind of what it reminds me of. But so that's how you became a VTuber, right? Was your friend saw the artwork and decided to turn into a model?
Well, the thing is that I started off with just a cheapoid Vroid model, and then went on to the model that you see now. done by a very wonderful artist and Sinpai Ni.
Hmm.
You can find their Twitter at in my about section of my Twitch.
Nice. So what year did you start doing any form of content creation, streaming, YouTube, anything?
Oh, that would be January 7th of last year.
Really? So you've only been at this for a year?
Yep, and somehow I made it.
Yeah, you definitely have made it in the strong sense of the word. Like, most people can't average over 10 viewers, and I'm pretty sure you're averaging well over that.
My average is about 10. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure every time I've popped in, it looks like you have like close to 20 though.
Oh, that's sweet of you. But every time I've checked, it's always been that it's around 10 to 15.
I guess I might have popped in on times you were doing really well then, because I could have sworn I saw more like 18, 19. But so I've definitely seen it. Like, people definitely like you and enjoy your content. That's for sure.
Yeah, I just wish that I had the money to pay my editors.
I can definitely relate to that. I also wish I had the money to hire just a full team of editors so I can put out more edited videos way more frequently. She gets the numbers better than she thinks. I agree. I very much agree. And also, like, she just seems to have a very wonderful personality as well, so it makes sense why she is being so humble about it, too. But
when you've lived the life that I had, then you learn to be humble. You learn how to be humble very quick.
I bet. It sounds like you've just had to learn that over time, that you need to be humble. It's better to be humble than to have an ego, though.
According to my partners, I don't really have an ego.
Well, that could be. I mean, in that sense, you might have the exact opposite of a problem. You might because having an ego is a problem, but not having one could also be a problem, because then you just like you don't look at yourself in the same light everyone else does in the positive sense. You're just like probably more judgmental about yourself.
Oh yes, I'm usually.
She needs more of an ego. Yep, agreed. I can already tell that from my brief interactions I've had with her. Yeah, you gotta take some pride in yourself. As someone who used to have no ego or pride or anything, like I was ashamed of myself. I thought I looked like an alien. I thought my voice was alien-like. I looked at myself like I was hideous. It took a long time, but I've grown into loving who I am, my voice, my looks. It just took a long time to get there.
Yeah, I mean, Grim keeps trying to get me more happy with myself. So does Lulu. It's just not worked with me, because it's like every single time I think, oh, something good has happened, and then something really terrible happens a few days later.
Well, that's too bad. I hope that one day you'll come to appreciate who you are a little bit more than you currently do in that case. Because I feel like everyone needs a bit of self-love in their life.
Yeah, I mean, I did the silly thing yesterday and accidentally bought myself a second copy of the same book.
Oh boy. Was
Well,
that
at
on
least
purpose?
Nope.
Oh,
At least I can give that second one to my sibling.
That's fair. That's fair. So, do you do a lot of reading then?
All the books I have are cookbooks. My favorite hobby is cooking.
I wish I could take. I really do want to get into cooking more. It's so time consuming that it's like I don't know. I feel like, to me, I get very annoyed if I spend a long time doing something. I don't know. It's an activity that I wish I could enjoy more.
Well, even though it's very time consuming, when it's done, you have the time to consume it.
Very fair. That's fair. That's fair. Oh man, I personally love books myself as well. Like I honestly have a whole bookshelf full of books, and I'm very tempted to actually like build like a little mini library in my own house in the future for books and stuff. But I don't know. We'll see if that comes to be. If I ever can even afford my own house in this day and age.
Oh my god, yes. People older than even me wonder like, oh, why is it that you don't have a house yet? Have you seen the price of housing?
It's like literally, you know, like my parents got their house for $100,000. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-story house. It's so small for a family of 4, and especially when we have guests staying over, it's impossible. But you know, they got it was 100,000, 150,000, something like that, and now they could sell it for like 600,000.
Hmm.
That's just how much the prices have inflated for the housing market. It's insane. That's like quadruple the price almost. I think that is quadruple the price. 600,000 it's 4 times more expensive.
6 times more expensive, actually.
150. Well, if it's 100,000, yes, it's 6 times. If it's 150, that's 4 times.
Hmm.
So it's 6 to 4 times as expensive, which is so dumb. Housing markets nowadays it's insane. That's like, I genuinely don't know how anyone's going to live in their own house in the future. Like, honestly, the housing, I don't know, what is it like in Australia? Is it the same where houses have gotten that bad?
Well, most places cost $500,000.
Yeah, okay, so it is just as bad. Yep, no, it's ridiculous. Like, how are we supposed to afford housing?
I mean, especially if you live in the city. Just a simple 1-bedroom apartment can cost about 200 grand.
It's nuts. It's insane. It's insane. But you know, okay, let's take a step back from the apartments and stuff and all that, and go back to asking more about you and who you are. So when you got into consecration, were there any consecrators you looked up to or kind of tried to replicate their style or took inspiration from?
Absolutely none.
Really?
Like I said, I got into this completely by accident. The only VTuber I knew of was Kizuna Ai. And then everyone's all like, oh, Hololive, Niji Sanji. I'm like, the fuck?
Oh my gosh. Oh man, maybe I need to do a stream with you or I just pull you down the rabbit hole.
It was quite the culture shock too, because like I'm also a furry, and we all know how notoriously toxic the furry fandom is.
It's not just that; it's also how toxic the people are. The people who are toxic to the furry fandom. It's like both sides of the coin. You got toxic furries, you got toxic furry haters.
Oh my god!
Trust me,
I mean, if you
related. Oh boy.
If you know who Foxler is, then you've probably gone down deep into the furry rabbit hole.
I haven't because fursuits scare me. I avoid the furry community because of the fact that as a kid, we had 2 shows on as a kid that I couldn't watch because I would scream running out of the room. I think I genuinely might have a phobia of mascots, or at least kind of a small. It's like depends. If it's like a high school mascot, I'm fine. But if it's like fursuits, like Barney and Sesame Street were 2 things I could never watch because they would give me nightmares at night.
The
amount of nightmares I had about Big Bird is not great.
You poor thing.
But yeah, so for you, you're furry then.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I don't care too much about like the agencies and such, because like due to my health, I can't keep to a proper schedule, and I just don't think that the VTuber agencies are for me, because it's like it's all just fake.
What do you mean?
Yeah, corporations are nothing more than false hope for those who want to join them. At least that's my take on it.
I think most of the time it can be. Furry haters are only toxic because of toxic furries. Yeah, well, not necessarily. They're just people who are haters and all that just want to watch the world burn. There are people out there that just hate, are just full of hate. Believe me.
Like my horrible ex-fiance. He wanted to do the same sort of thing that that a certain World War II person did to a certain group of people.
Oh God. Okay, yeah, we might want to avoid that topic, but Jesus, if that's the case, that's horrible. Uncanny Valley, yeah, that's probably why I can't stand the fursuits. But that's also why there's a VTuber that I can't watch, just because her model freaks me out. What is her name? Code Miko, I believe, is her name. I can't watch her because her model is so hyper realistic. It creeps the ever living crap out of me. Nothing against her. I'm fairly certain she's a very entertaining creator, but her model just it triggers the uncanny valley in me.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I understand. I have automatonophobia.
Really?
Yes.
So like
I
robots?
it's actually mainly animatronics.
Like Freddy Fazbear?
Animatronics, mannequins, puppets, porcelain dolls, all those different. Basically, if it looks alive but isn't, keep that thing fucking away from me.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I guess I could see why that'd be very creepy. I joined and the first thing I hear is about fursuits. Yes, that is because Felicity here has admitted she is a furry. I'm actually curious. So do you have a fursona then?
I've got 4.
4 of them, really? What are they?
Well, there's 2 cats, a Dutch angel dragon, and a wicker beast.
Wait, what's a Wicca Beast?
Hold on, let me see if I can find the right
Wolf
image.
here in my chat is asking because he's threatening that when he sees me IRL for the first time, he's gonna show up in a fursuit just because he knows it's gonna freak the ever living crap out of me.
Let's... Here we
just
are.
gonna find a picture of a Wicca Beast. Let's see.
Okay, so these are all 4 of my personas. The wicker beast is the blue and yellow one.
Blue and yellow? Okay, I've never seen that before. So 2 cats, a dragon. Which one's the dragon? The one on the left?
The one on the far left, yep, that's Kuro.
Gotcha. That's a very furry dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. The wolf. Oh my gosh, the evil face. Gotcha. So why do you have 4 of them then? That's interesting. I typically only hear people having like 1 persona.
Well, a lot of the time it's just because each one of them displays different aspects of my personality. So Kuro is like the parental side that tends to like, which is basically what my VTuber persona is. Just that mom.
Yeah.
Kibosh is just a little shithead prankster that only really exists to antagonize people. My main persona, Nyan Koi, the black cat, she is I'll quickly do a voice real quick. Hi, arigatou gozaimashita. Minna, watashi wa Nyan Koi desu.
Gotcha.
That's her main personality. And then Script Kitty, she's just my depression sonar.
Oh. Having like maybe splitting it up like that might be healthy for the mind. Split off your personality traits to look at them from an outside view.
Mm.
I've done that before, self-reflection, where I wrote down all the opinions that I have and why I have them. Like, I wrote them down and I was like, okay, well, what gave me this opinion? What led me to think this way about myself or the world? But, like, why do I, like, part of me goes, like, okay, well, why do I think that honesty is so important? And then I wrote down everything that happened in my life that triggered me to think that honesty is important.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like a little self-reflection. I recommend people do that. It helps a lot. In my opinion, it helps you understand who you are. So, let's see. So you've only been at this for a year, and let me see. So how much success have you seen over the past year? I'm curious.
Well, the fact that I am nearly at 6K on Twitter says a lot. I'm just some dipshit on the internet that acts like everyone's a mom, and it seems to be working.
You know what? You can honestly brand yourself as the MILF VTuber if you want it.
That's what Grim tells me all the time.
Just the MILF VTuber. Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
I mean, I am in that territory. I am 30 years old. Well, the only real things that I treat as my children are my cats at the moment. But I do have my stream family on Twitter, and also my stream family mods on in my Discord server.
Gotcha. I mean, I'm trying to think. Let's see. So, for one, you said you're typically the lewd stream mom. Is it just because you just decided you're fine with being lewd on the internet, or was that something you slowly had to lead yourself into being okay with? Was being more lewd on the internet?
Let's see. With the whole lewd thing, I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I am a lewd person in real life, so it only made sense, really. I have no filter in every aspect of life.
That makes sense. Oh man. I mean, in terms of lewdness, I mean, you're definitely like the fact that you have a fansly should let people know a lot.
Oh yes.
And, you know, that is in the link in the description. At least it's in her card, so you can go check it out if that is something you'd like to do.
Yes, if you want to see pictures of Stream Mum's feet and hear special voice clips from her, go on ahead, dear.
Why do I feel like you brought up the feet thing specifically to target me?
Oh, no, I didn't. I didn't even know you had a thing for feet.
I feel like a lot more people should know that since I'm very public about that. I'm very public. It's like because most VTubers out there are all like or just content creators out there. They're all like, I'm not into feet every time they're accused of it. But I'm just sitting here like somebody goes like, you're into feet. I'm like, yeah, true. You're not wrong.
Well, then maybe you should subscribe to my fansly then, Active.
Maybe I should. Who knows? Oh my god.
Just line my pockets a little bit more.
I gotta focus on saving my money up for my editors and other things I gotta pay for. like a proper talk show background. I have one on the way. I don't think it'll be done until sometime after March, but I did commission somebody to make me artwork for having a proper talk show.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it'll be very cool.
So now you'll be able to stop interviewing people on the street.
Yes, I know. Standing in front of someone's house, just waiting to get arrested because we are definitely loitering. Well, yes, we're standing outside a park. I'm pretty sure there's definitely a house in front of us that we're just like staring through someone's windows, watching them watch TV or who knows. Yeah, as
they're just like the fuck they doing?
I don't know. I mean, can you see what they're doing in the top window? I'm pretty sure I see some moving shadows up there through the curtains that are doing some pretty suspicious activities. They just knew that the lewd mother, Felicity Hayami, was here and decided that it was time to do the deed.
Oh, well, that's interesting. I mean, I'm an exhibitionist.
Oh my gosh.
I do enjoy watching every so often, but I'm more of the one that likes to show off.
Gotcha. I think, yeah, you told me you did some very public things in front of a security camera.
Oh, yes, that was fun. 27 times. When I first told Grim about that, it was on one of his streams way early in my career, and he was so shocked.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. I think that stream is still up on his channel, actually.
But 23 times, do you mean in one sitting, or did you go back to that security camera 23 times?
Not 23, 27.
27. But was that all in one day, or over the course of, like, a month, a week?
All in one day.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, how long were you there?
Well, we were going to be there for 2 weeks, but we only stayed there for one because I started having a really terrible migraine.
Well, what I meant was, how long were you there at the security camera?
Oh, there. Couple hours.
Jesus. Wow, that is some dedication to being down bad that I cannot say I have.
Hey, when you have the urge, you gotta get rid of it.
That, fair, very, very fair.
You gotta satiate that lust, otherwise it's going to bite you later.
Very, very fair. Very fair. Don't want to freaking be down bad on a freaking plane when you can't do anything.
Oh, you haven't joined the Mile High Club yet?
Okay, sounds like you have.
No, actually, I have not.
Oh, okay.
I would love to.
You could get in serious trouble though by doing that.
That's only if you get caught.
I feel like it's pretty easy to get caught on an airplane, but I don't know.
I mean, not only did I do it in a hot tub in front of a security camera 27 times, I did it a few times inside of a sauna, at the back of a gym, in a public toilet, at night in front of a children's playground.
Well, saying that is terrifying. I don't know if you should specify that it was that. I feel like
Don't worry, there were no kids at the playground because we were actually at the beach near the playground.
Okay, maybe just saying it's on the beach is better, because otherwise I could get in trouble, I think, by you saying the other thing. And also you could get in trouble because it sounds very bad.
Well, it's a good thing that I always explain myself.
Yes. Oh my god. She has almost all my fetishes. That's nice when you find a partner who's into all the things you're into. I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely will say that. I just need... See, the biggest thing I need to do, for me, is I need to find a partner that, well, for one, that... I've just noticed I need to stop being the therapist in the relationship. I have had so many relationships where I've had to play the role of the therapist, and it hurts.
Oh boy. That's...
What?
Need to go for a speed run on a plane. Yeah, Grim basically acts as the therapist in our relationship, but he doesn't do it we don't do it by choice. He puts himself into it.
That's fair. That's fair.
We don't force it on him. He does it himself.
Well, and I do it myself too. It's just I'm just to the point where I can't handle it anymore. I guess I want to find someone who is mostly put together and even better than me, because that way I don't know. It's just I need to find someone who has their life together better than I do.
Because I mean, people nowadays barely have their minds together, let alone their own life.
That's fair. That's very fair. I know my life is a mess, and oh yeah, no, it's a mess. I feel like people though nowadays, I feel like just time is going by so quick. There's not enough time to do things. I love being a therapist, says Grim, and you're in my chat.
Oh, Grim.
Oh boy.
Apparently, it's because of me that he found out that he wanted to be a therapist. So now he's going to school for it.
Oh wow, really nice.
Yeah, I'm like, well, I don't know how I did that, but I'm glad that he's going to do that.
All right, there's Spear. Gotcha. Spear's lurking. Yeah, no, I thought about being a therapist, but after some previous experiences with my relationships, I've since reconsidered, because I can only do so much, and when I see someone that I'm trying to help not listen to my advice, it starts to wear down my mental health.
Oh, I know that. Sub confirmed.
Yeah.
Are you talking about subscribing, or are you talking about how active might be a sub? Because I've already confirmed that.
I'm a sub, but I'm also a switch. I definitely do enjoy my times of being a top.
Hello there.
Lauren. Lauren, hello. Glad to have you. The Headless Horseman. Hello, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you.
Yes.
Same,
Lau-
the Switch thing.
Lau- Lauren is a Dullahan and one of my good friends.
Nice. Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you in. Well, yeah, no, I mean, Felicity's one of the people who noticed on Twitter. Oh, wait, I'm here, Jen. Hubba hubba. Who is this? Sorry if I'm being weird. This is Felicity Hayami. She is a LEWD stream mom and a VTuber. Very fun. She runs her own like interview slash talk show thing she does with her partners, called the Hayami Estate, not the Felicity Estate. But yes. Imagine being a Switch couldn't be me. Like, I definitely am a Switch, although I definitely prefer to be the sub. I just haven't had enough experience being the sub. Because
Yeah.
I always have to be the top.
Well, don't worry. I can definitely help you with that.
Oh my god. Oh
Because
my god.
if I were to pass you on, if I were to pass you on to Grim, he would treat you so harshly.
Oh my god.
Best just let mommy handle this, dear.
I'm good. I'm good. Oh my god. Calm down, Jen. I am rather calm right now. I don't know. It may seem like I'm not, but I am. Let's see. Sounds like you just need to get out of relationships with crazy people. I don't want to go so far as to say as they're crazy, but they definitely need therapy. I would say that a lot of my partners definitely needed therapy. Some of them were already going to therapy, but it's just, I don't know if they're, I don't know. Some people, I just keep picking the wrong apples, I think. That's just my belief. It happens, you know. It happens.
My goodness, I'm 105 away from 6K Twitter followers. I'm sorry.
Hey, that's awesome. You know, I mean, I started doing news reporting. I blew up recently too. I went from 600 followers to like almost 800 in the course of like just 2 weeks. So I don't know.
When you find your niche, you gotta really hammer it down.
Yes, you do. Very much so. You gotta find that niche and you gotta fill it and make it and stand out in a way that makes you unique. That's why I'm half tempted. I don't know if you saw recently the old timey news reporter that I kind of like put out.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah.
The urge to report on fake news is immense. Just said like an old 1960s radio.
And in today's news.
Yep, and the only thing is I don't know when I would use that voice. That's the only thing is I could make that a regular thing, but when it comes to situations where tragedy strikes or drama, I almost feel like it's just rude to do that. I don't know, it's rough.
Oh, congratulations, Lauren.
Yeah, congrats on the 1,000 followers. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. But yeah, no. So when it comes to like content creation, what are your hopes for the future? Like, what are you hoping to do as time goes on? Like, you hoping to do more YouTube content, hoping to make more unique streams?
Well, the thing is that I hope to one day be able to hold concerts like Vocaloid does.
Really?
You know how they have the holographic concerts, which are their live shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope to do that one day.
So can you sing?
Yes, I'll be releasing my first cover soon.
Oh yeah, I forgot you were saying that.
I'm just waiting for my cover artist to finish mixing the audio together.
Gotcha.
She's a good friend of mine, Nami Miyahara.
Nice. I wish I could sing myself. I've been wanting to find someone to teach me so I can actually learn and actually do more than just make instrumentals.
Honestly, I'm self-taught.
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't need any sort of like vocal coaches or anything. All you need is a song you like and just time to just listen to it.
Gotcha.
Sure, having a vocal coach will help you keep in the right tunes and pitches, but that's a very precise way of thinking about it. if you enjoy singing, eventually with all the practice in the world, like any hobby, like any sort of pastime, you'll get really good at it.
Yeah, that's
It
fair.
helps to not be tone deaf.
Yeah, I'm tiny bit tone deaf. I've gotten better over the years, but I'm still not the best. I feel like also for me, what sucks is I think I fall into the category. I think it's called baritone. I think basically it was just like I have a very small vocal range as a guy. I think I kind of fit more in the Frank Sinatra kind of singing. That's kind and
So you prefer to be a crooner?
what's that mean?
If you like to sing like Frank Sinatra, Michael Bublé, that sort of thing, that means that you are a crooner. You like to sing very romantic, jazzy music.
I do. It's just like
Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars.
Let me see
Let me
what
see
spring
what
is like
spring
on
is like on
Jupiter and Mars.
Jupiter and Mars.
Yes.
In other words,
Not Felicity, it's Felicity. Felicity sounds like some sort of like medication.
that sounds like some sort of ED problem. You might want to get that checked.
Yeah, wait, you're right. Yeah, just flaccid. Yes. I have like no vocal range, and you know my voice. True, Wolf. True. I don't think I've ever heard you hit a high note even while screaming. All your like screams, if you get freaked out, it's like just
Yeah, I have a pretty diverse range, so I can go from tenor all the way up to soprano.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
I can even sing operatic pieces like Lillian from Elfin Lied.
Wait, Squid Game ruined that song? Was Fly Me to the Moon in Squid Game? Huh. I don't remember that. I have not watched Squid Game yet either. I've just played Crab Game. That's all I've done. Oh, man. I need to plan more big collabs like that with VTubers. Oh, jeez, excuse me.
I have trouble remembering, okay? Well, you know,
gosh.
some people call me Liz, some people call me Felly, but most people call me Mom.
I thought you were going to say, most people call me Mommy.
Oh, well, that's only behind closed doors, dears.
Oh my gosh. Oh man, I'm curious though. You know, you know what? Let's spice this interview up a bit, but but try to keep it relatively safe and tame for YouTube. Why don't you tell us a little about your interests, if you know what I mean? Quotation marks interests.
Okay, bondage, hypnotism, body snatching, body control. Basically, I like to be in control and watch people suffer. So I'm more of a sadist.
They're a sadist and a dom. Gotcha. That makes sense.
If you saw my BDSM test results, you'd be very surprised.
Oh my gosh. Hey, I feel like a lot of people are surprised by mine, but then again, I don't know. Like, it's like, I kind of am very public about the fact that I'm a Switch, and that and that I'm into a lot of things. Oh my gosh.
I'm a dominant leaning Switch, but I do have a massive power kink. So if you take away my power, that's a huge turn on.
Van asked that she just started listing everything. She did. She was like, "All right, let's go. Here's all my interests." Oh my gosh. Dude, I feel like it'd be funny if somebody tried to do in 1 minute try and say all the kinks that exist, just list them off very fast.
This is my current BDSM test results.
Oh boy. What's funny is I think that a lot of these are very similar to mine, except that some of these it's like it's like complete opposite. Especially that I don't know. I think that's funny. Let's see. Unless I'm around, what's that mean? That test looks fake to me. Does it?
Yes. Whenever Grimm's around, he always brings out my submissive side. But that's because he's a permadom. He cannot submit.
Wolf, I honestly, because we're such close friends, I don't know if I want to see your test results. I don't know. Especially because he's also a lot younger than me too.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I don't know how old he is now, and I don't say it in chat because you don't have to. I also think YouTube doesn't like people talk about their age in chat. I don't think Twitch likes that either. I think that's actually just against everyone's TOS is to talk about age. Pretty sure. I could be wrong. I really need to read the TOS of YouTube and Twitch at some point. That test is clearly inaccurate. Oh my god. You know, I think it'd be really funny. I might, there's a game strike I want to host. I might invite Grim, Spear, and you to it because I think it'd be fun to put you all against it. Where I'm gonna have a tier list, and I think this would have to be on Twitch. I think, probably is where I'd stream this. Is where I'm gonna make a tier list of all the kinks, and then you guys are gonna rate yours, and whoever gets that, like every round we're gonna go through, and whoever ranks theirs closest to mine gets a point. I think that'd be really fun. 18 plus for reference? Okay, good. I remember when we met, though, you were under 18, and I was like, what, 20-ish? I don't know. I have a lot of friends who are underage, but that's just because they're very mature, and I don't think of... And also because I don't go that way at all. You know, there's some really big creeps out there. I don't... Also, I'm not typically, I don't like hanging around with people who are under 18 because they are immature. It's like it just feels like I'm hanging out with someone who isn't, I don't know. It feels off to me. It always has, always will, and I feel sorry because I do know some friends who are like want to hang out with me more, but they're underage, and I'm like,
like I don't get along with people my age. Absolutely hate them. They can go fuck themselves. It's either people who are older than me or people who are younger than me.
But people who are just your age you don't like?
Pretty much.
For me, it's mainly when they're like... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
It's why both of my partners are actually younger than me.
Ah, gotcha. That's fair.
The youngest I will go...
I think the youngest I'll go at this point is 20, because that's like a 3-year age difference. My parents have a 5-year age gap.
Had to stretch there. Oh, goodness.
No problem. Also, wait, I'm losing connection. Are we good? Hold on, my freaking stream's having issues. There we go.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, no, sometimes my stream just randomly has issues. I don't know. It's weird. Let's see. But yeah, no, I don't know. I actually tend to go, like, when it comes to dating-wise, like, and I'm not talking friends, because friends, you can have friends of all ages, but I do prefer people who are over 18. But when it comes to dating, I actually prefer to date someone older than me. And again, I think it's the same reason that I have and again, don't take this the wrong way, anyone who's going to try and cancel me for this. I've noticed that I have a preference for Asian women. And I just think that's because my first girlfriend was both older than me and Asian. So she kind of imprinted on me in a way.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so she imprinted my preferences. Also,
Shut up, Grim.
She's the absolute least mature of us. Oh my god.
That's because I never had a childhood, okay? So shut the fuck up.
What was some of the things you did for fun in your childhood? Because for me, I think the funniest thing I would do is I would give superpowers to Hot Wheels cars.
I was part of the school orchestra for several years, German bells, tennis club, dance club, home economics club, the ITD workshops, stage shows, pantomime, part of the library reading club. I also assisted the teachers every so often, and also was one of the student event organizers.
So you were very involved in your school.
Pretty much.
Very much the opposite of me. I did not care about my school very much at all. I didn't care about sports. I didn't care about events. The only things I partook in my school was the talent show. One year, which I showed off how flexible I am because I can put both legs behind my head. I can put a leg behind my head while I stand. I can like get both my arms out from behind my back even if I have them like kind of like tied together. Very, very flexible. Decided to show that off. And I did so good that people were screaming and cheering, but I was very, very sad because I forgot some of the bit I was gonna do, and I got so sad about that that I came out crying, and so many people came up to approach me, but they saw I was crying over the fact I forgot parts of my sketch I was doing, that they stopped and didn't talk to me because I was crying over it. And so my mom was like, "Dude, you just embarrassed yourself. People were gonna go and congratulate you, but you were crying over forgetting stuff." And the other thing I did that was I reported on the weather in the mornings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that carried over to your VTubing life then.
Kind of, and only recently with the whole reporting, because it's a big influence, I think, is because of watching, if you know, like Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the intros to that, Legend of Korra, the announcer to that when he goes like, "Last time on the Legend of Korra, the Team Avatar did this and that, and yada yada yada." And then, of course, Alistair the Radio Demon came out with Hazbin Hotel, and I'm like, I love
I got
these
a
like
game
old
I want to
reporters.
show you.
Oh man.
Show you my name. You have to play too. I
Oh my
love
gosh.
Alice's game. One of my closest friends is a huge Angel Dust simp.
Oh my gosh. Really? Angel Dust simp. Oh man. I'm a bit sad that the voice actor for Angel Dust is getting replaced along with Alistair and a lot of them. It's a bit of a bummer, but
It's-
you know.
It's because of the fact that they're non-union. A lot of actors have to be part of the Actors Guild before they can take on roles with a network.
And that makes
It's
sense
just a-
because Hazbin Hotel got picked up by a network, so they probably did have to replace them because the network was like, we need actual Actors Guild voice actors.
Yes, because with the actors, because those that are protected by the Actors Guild, yeah, they have the protections of the Actors Guild.
Gotcha. Have you ever thought about being a voice actor yourself?
I'm an actor by profession outside of VTubing.
Ah, really?
Mm-hmm. The most recent work I did was ago where I was a background zombie for a trailer.
Ah.
It actually got sent to the Polaris archive station on the moon.
Oh, really?
Yep, that was surprising.
Huh, that's cool. That's really cool to be like. So you do actual acting. Is there any other roles you've done?
I was also part of a university project where where it was like La La Land meets it was like a really campy sort of love story thing.
Gotcha.
And yeah, I was a part of that as well.
Oh,
That
that's
was
neat.
fun. That was fun being on my feet in heels for 6 hours a day. 6 hours a day.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I bet that would hurt.
A while back too, I was in a Valentine's Day a commercial for jewelry, and I was so pissed off at the end of it because the two lead actors that were supposed to play the couple couldn't even look at each other without like turning away because it's like, oh, this is so awkward. Help! And I'm like, I've been standing here for 6.5 hours. This is take 78. Can we please move on
God.
before I fucking rip your nuts off?
For me, in terms of like acting and all that, I thought about like both going to voice acting and also but the bigger thing was audiobook narrator. I still, if I ever could get a chance and be led into doing that, I would love to narrate audiobooks.
Well, I use this website called Star Now, so and a lot of audiobook ri- a lot of writers who want to do that sort of thing put themselves out on there.
Gotcha. I might look into that. I saw a website like that in the past, but when I tried signing up for it, they had this weird issue where my email, like the moment I sent the register email, it like broke my account because then it sent the email to my account that's like, hey, click this to register your account. I clicked it, and it's like your account doesn't exist. I tried to log into my account, it says your account doesn't exist, and I tried hitting the register, it's like your account doesn't exist. So it's like this is
Hmm.
so dumb. I gave up, and I'm like, screw this. Also,
Yeah, Star Now is the most reliable site I've used.
gotcha. And they just
Uh,
is what exactly do they do?
they find you work in the industry.
Hmm.
They're like an agency, but yeah,
But for
it's
like
for
freelancers?
freelancers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
I was with an agency a long time ago, but they never found me any work in the 3 years that I was with them. So I just went, fuck this shit.
Reminds me about how there was a what like I think is it like I think Connor Dog, Sea Dog VA. I think he interviewed I think it was him who interviewed an idol or a previous idol who basically in the idol career she was like it just sounds like foreigners who become idols or just idol culture in general is super like scummy and sketchy, and that they will pick favorites, do a whole bunch of really sketchy, gross stuff. Idol culture in
Hmm.
Japan seems like it can be very, very not good.
Well, with the amount of H games made about idol culture, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, true. It's bad. It's very bad. I'm curious for you. Have you ever thought, just like a curious thought, have you ever thought about like because you have a Fansly, playing H games on your Fansly?
I have played H games on Fansly. I played part of Dramatical Murder. I still need to finish that game. It's just I haven't had much motivation to stream as of late. Just all sorts of drama and bullshit has been happening in real life, and well, my health declines also cause issue every so often as well.
So you have a lot of health issues?
Yeah, I was. Uh, I have a blood condition that can cause me to be very tired.
Oh, like
And
anemia?
like, yes, I'm chronically anemic.
Ah, that
As well,
sucks.
my like yesterday, when I actually was heat exhausted, my sibling checked. It's like you went through this a lot quicker than I did because they suffered heat exhaustion over the course of hours. It only took me 30 minutes.
That's scary. That's very scary.
Yeah, and that's because my blood just doesn't do that well. I've had this issue since I was 14, so it's nothing new.
Jesus. Is there anything you can do? I assume there's nothing you can literally do about it. You just have to live with it, don't you?
Well, I take medications for it. I have a high iron diet. Um, but it's not just having all these changes. I've also had about 49 blood transfusions in my life since the age of 14.
Oh, jeez. That's a lot.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder if the blood in my system is even mine anymore.
Oh, God. Yeah, that actually happened to my uncle. He had to get a blood transfusion thanks to having cancer, but I think he got it from my mom's other brother. So my uncle, they were brothers, but they had different blood types. And I think he actually had to
Mm,
get a blood transfusion from his brother or something like that, and it actually like changed his blood type forever.
mm.
and it kind of changes personality, which makes sense because your body, like blood is a big part of your body, and imagine if you change something that drastic, like your whole blood type, that probably would affect your mental view in some way about life. It might
Well,
completely change who you are.
In certain Asian cultures, your blood type is actually grouped together with your personality archetype.
It is. You're right. It is. So there could be some truth in
So
that.
like on a dating card, you'll see height, weight, personality, and blood type.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like I'm a positive.
I have no idea what mine is, but I know my mom has O something. She has a very rare one.
Mine is uncommon.
Like mine's O negative. I think that's what my mom is. I mean, or something like that. It's something weird. She has a very weird blood type. No, yeah, no. I'm curious. I kind of want to ask you about your opinion because we briefly talked about the whole foot fetish thing. I'm curious about you. What do you think about the foot fetish? Do you think it's weird? Is it gross? Because I know a lot of people think it's a completely disturbing. It's so hideous. Worst fetish ever.
I find it interesting. I don't get why people find it so alluring, but I don't.
Well, there's actually scientific reasons for it.
I don't mind fulfilling anyone's feet-related desires. I mean, I have a pet that enjoys videos of my feet all the time.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's actually there is a scientific reason because that's another
kink I have. I like owning pets.
You're into pet play?
Yes, but I like to be the owner, not the pet.
Gotcha. But it's actually a very scientific reason for the foot fetish because it's the most likely fetish any person can have due to the fact that the part of your brain that controls arousal is right next to feet, where like the part of your brain that controls your feet. So it's literally sometimes the nerves get interchanged, and so your brain just goes, "Yep, feet, attractive," and that literally can be a scientific thing. It literally could be a part of your genetics, all because of the way your brain is wired. Yeah, it's interesting.
For me, I have a huge scent fetish, but
really,
it's very specific. Male scent is the only thing that gets me
like
turned
BO.
on. Just the male scent. That's it.
Gotcha. Oh man, like I could see that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. For me, again, just personally, I don't judge, but people are into eating out a booty hole, and I'm not into that.
Yes, rim jobs. That certainly is interesting.
Yeah, I personally do not see the appeal in that. Way more, like, I don't know. That one is much. I don't understand. I feel like that's more accepted than feet. I don't get that. I genuinely don't want people think that is more acceptable than feet. I'm sorry. That is where I go and start getting a bit upset. I'm like,
the whole thing with asses is, well, it's because of the fact that gay men. That's my take on it anyway.
I mean, even just normal people are into it too.
And besides, the human ass is actually very much well built for that sort of thing once it's prepared.
No, okay, we're moving on. We're not talking about that.
I mean, for men, their G spot is located.
This is YouTube. Keep that in mind, please. Like I said, let's try not to go into detail. Okay.
I was talking about science.
Yes, but I don't think YouTube likes that kind of detail in science. At least not live. I feel like, oh boy. Oh man. What is it, Wolf? What is it? Because I see you saying my name. Never tried, so I can't say. You dug this hole? I know I did. I know. My thing is, do you, okay. Now, yeah, we're not going to address that question. We're not, because that was too descriptive. Sorry, Lauren. We're gonna avoid answering that.
Well, it's not about how deep.
It's
about how many times.
Okay, we're moving on. Moving on. So I'm curious. So what kind of? How did you get this design, by the way? So what was there like an idea or like what?
Literally, my design is based, like, my face is literally my real life face, while the outfit was based on my favorite video game character from my favorite game, Bullet Witch.
Gotcha. We love your design. She has a really cool design. I really do like her
Thank
design.
you.
I personally,
Oh,
I feel a bit bad that my design's so simple. It's literally designed off how I look in person as well.
yeah, essentially the parts of me that are based on my real life are basically my face, tits, and hips. Otherwise, and then the rest of me is just how I like idealize myself, like the kind of body type that I actually hope to achieve one day, even though my health kind of bars me from it sometimes.
Ah, gotcha. I had to get my model maker to slim my character down because he had me way too buff, and I'm like, I'm not buff, I am not fat, I'm a very skinny guy. I felt
Oh
like Felicity
yeah,
was a pirate. Yeah, I know. She gave off that vibes when I first saw her
a lot
design.
a lot of people think at first that I'm a pirate, but no, my clothes are actually from a very obscure Xbox 360 launch title, Bullet Witch.
Bullet Witch. I've never heard of it.
Oh, let's just say that this one scene in the game makes me cry every single time I see it. It took when Grim played it, it took him a long time just to get me to be able to speak again. That's how much that scene made me cry.
Speaking of crying, have you ever played or watched the game To the Moon?
Oh yes, I saw Markiplier play that.
Ah,
And
okay.
I cried. I cried.
It is very much a game that'll make you cry. I'm trying to get my friend Quizzy to play it. I gifted it to him recently. I don't know if he's streamed it yet. I need to convince him to do so because he's never heard or seen anything on the game, and I think he would definitely cry over it. It is a emotional roller coaster. Very sad story, and it's a great example of storytelling done right in a video game that doesn't even have that many gameplay mechanics. It's literally just
I
find
mean,
things.
it's basically made in RPG Maker, and oh my god, is it so it's just the story is so beautifully done.
Oh yeah, very much so. It's so good. It's so freaking good. There's a lot of games. Are there any like I'm curious. So like in terms of music, what's your go-to genres?
Um, J-pop. Basically, I don't
J-pop,
like Western. I don't like not no Bullet Witch.
bullets. Yeah, like you're like a gun's bullet, a bullet witch. Like you know like bullet as in a gun and witch as in like I own a broomstick.
That's actually a funny thing because Alicia's main weapon is called a boomstick.
A
Well,
boomstick.
well, that's what I call it. It's actually called a gun rod, but you know.
A boomstick sound. I'm pretty sure that's another name for dynamite.
Well, that's if you're a hillbilly. It's also what some people used to call a shotgun.
True. One thing let's see. One thing I find curious about shotguns I only learned like recently is the fact that, and I think I learned this from a Russian Badger video. I swear. Apparently, the Germans try to so. America and Germany had like tried banning two different weapons. Germans were like shotguns are cheating. They were called trench guns at the time, but the whole idea of guns bullets spreading into shrapnel was like they can't heal that. Shotgun blasts are really hard to help heal inside, and so like Germans were like that's unfair, that's cheating. And so Americans were like, well, we'll stop using shotguns if you stop using flamethrowers.
Oh, Bullet Witch came before Bayonetta, so that's why it's yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. For me, in terms of music, I listen to just about everything. But I prefer to listen to like upbeat music, like dance music, like electronic dance. I'm not into dubstep.
I like mainly like J-pop, J-rock, techno music, EDM.
Gotcha.
But I do like a lot of like old retro style music. Like one of my favorite songs is "Music Sounds Better with You." Fuck, by it's I can't remember the band name, unfortunately. But an artist that I recently got into is Billie Eilish. That's actually the artist whose song "Everything I Wanted" I'm doing a cover for when it's ready.
Ah, nice. Very nice. And you're going to be posting that to your YouTube, right?
Yep,
Very nice.
just some content that's gonna be other than my VODs.
Gotcha. Have you and yeah, do you make YouTube Shorts yet or not really?
I don't. I don't. I haven't edited anything before, so I'm just like, I'll. I mean, right now Lulu's doing my editing. He volunteered, and I thank and love him
May I ask what
for
Lulu
that.
uses for editing software?
Mm, I don't know. I know that Grim uses this one specific one. Grim, if you're still there, what's your editing software?
Because my best recommendation for editing software, because a lot of Adobe Premiere users switch over to this now. There's a free software called DaVinci Resolve, and it's really really good. It's like almost as good as Premiere Pro, honestly, if not better in some senses. It's really really good. I need to buy the full version because it has at some point because it has a lot more features that I don't have. But yeah, it's really cool. Oh my gosh. Oh man. So, like, with the Felicity Estate, what kind of plans? Do you guys only plan to interview like VTubers or other streamers as well?
Oh well, I interviewed the chef behind the VTuber inspired dishes at one point. That was fun. We talked about food and that for
Which
way longer than
VTuber? Is that Onigiri or is it a different one?
No, he's not a VTuber.
Oh, VSDC? What's that mean?
Oh, that's the editing software that he uses.
Gotcha. I've never heard of that one. Interesting, interesting.
Yes, Jay Sizzle the Great. He's not a VTuber. He's a chef that does VTuber inspired dishes.
Gotcha. That makes sense. That makes more sense. Okay. Gotcha, gotcha. I think last time I tuned in your Hayami Estate, I'm not sure if I'm not trying to call them out, but it looked like your guest was, or at least I don't know if this was the most recent episode, but the episode I tuned into, they had a rough mic, so it was a bit hard to understand what they were saying, and it also seemed like they weren't responding to your messages or your questions right away. I'm not sure. It looked like you were having a bit of trouble, and I'm like, oh no, that sucks.
Yeah, it's not a stream without scuff, though.
I guess that's fair. That's fair. I mean, again, we're just sitting out here in front of a park because I don't currently own a studio. I'm working on that. I'm also hoping to rebrand to make my VTuber model way more unique to stand out a bit better.
I mean, yes, I'm currently going through the processes of like getting everything done for Hayami Estates, so that instead of recording out of one of my guest houses at the estate, I'm actually recording out of one of the studios at the estate.
Gotcha, gotcha. That makes sense.
Yes. In my law, I live in my world. I live on an estate, like estate land that is 1/4 the size of Kyoto.
Wow, that's pretty big.
Yeah, basically we have all the facilities needed so that I don't have to leave the estate for much. But I still like to go out.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm gonna currently also look for something real quick. Where is it? Let's see. Do I have it saved somewhere? I'm just trying to see if I have a certain file saved somewhere. I don't know if I do. So let me see if I can. I need to increase the size. But need a stretch.
Yep.
Gotcha. So, so how many VTubers have you interviewed, by the way, or how many people have you had on the Hayami estate?
Um, well, I'm on to season 4 right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But that
Nice.
so it's been quite a few. I can't really.
Hmm.
So I don't really know how many.
Gotcha. Just a lot. Wait, why did you say AL? Oh, because the stretch sounded a bit sus. Gotcha.
Yeah,
That makes
I mean,
sense.
if you go to my Fansly, you'll hear a lot more.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Let's see what it was I gonna ask as well. I'm trying to think. Oh, when did you guys start doing the Hayami estate?
I really started doing the Hayami Estate a couple months after I started streaming. Ah, one of my first guests was actually Lulu.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting. So when did you meet your two partners?
Well, I met Grim, all the way in March of last year. Um, I was in a pretty rough spot back then. Oh my god, it
Oh,
was.
really?
Let's just say there was a lot of well, I was close to dying in the situation that I was in.
Oh, that's not good. That's really not good.
Yeah, but I'm all right now. But yeah, I technically met Lulu before Grim actually, because Lulu was on Hayami Estate for one episode. But
Really?
we started dating though after that. I was in another relationship and I kind of just polybombed on the poor guy. But so that that relationship ended pretty quickly, but that was my own fault. I've
Ah,
I've le- I've learned now about that.
I'm a sucker for someone who needs this grim.
Yeah,
That's fair.
he seems to have a bit of a savior complex.
Savior complex.
Yep, that's
Gotcha.
that's basically what I tend to think with him. I mean, a while back he tried to speak to my sibling about what was going on. Let's just say it didn't end well.
Oh, geez, really?
They they don't want to talk to him ever again.
Wow. Jesus, that sounds like it was a pretty serious thing that happened, and that sucks.
Yeah, it always sucks when your family doesn't want to talk to your partners, but oh well.
Yeah, that really sucks. That really sucks.
Yeah, they're more willing to speak with Lulu because the way he speaks is more polite, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that makes a little sense. That makes more sense. Like again, yeah.
Alfred! Alfred, get off my desk!
No, what is that? A cat?
Yes, that's my youngest cat. It was on my computer desk yet again.
Oh my gosh, how many cats do you have, or pets in
Two.
general?
I have two cats.
Two cats? Nice.
Oh my god, I'm 100 away from 6K, and I'm just like ah,
Nice. Got any plans for when you hit 6K?
none.
Ah, gotcha. Cats. Yes, Wolf, it is a cat. At least for 2 years? What's for at least 2 years?
What's for at least 2 years? Nani okore?
I'm curious what that means. Oh, man.
Grim? Grim, nani okore?
So what kind of like are you are you like in any games at all? Like what kind of games you into?
Well, I wanted to invite them to the. Oh, at least for 2 years. Yeah, they don't want to speak to Grim for at least 2 years.
Oh, really? Wow, okay, huh. That's sad.
Mm.
Jesus, it sounds like something. It was probably not a good impression that whatever happened.
Not a very good first impression.
Yikes. But yeah, so what kind of video games are you into? Because you did mention you played video games on the original Xbox, so I'm assuming that means you grew up playing video games.
Oh yes, my very first gaming console was the Super NES.
Really?
Yep. So I started off pretty well. So like Super Mario 3, like a lot of the Super Mario games are on that system. Then I moved on to the Game Boy Color, in which my very first Pokemon game was Pokemon Yellow. And then I played both Red. I played Red, Green, and Blue.
Gotcha.
And then, yeah, basically I've played every Pokemon game up until the recent Scarlet and Violet games. So that was fun.
Ah, nice. I still need to get. I have not gone far into Scarlet and Violet at all. I started playing Violet, and I've only gotten. I literally got to the part where you are let go out of the school, so now you're allowed to free roam, and I've not done anything yet.
Yeah, Lulu and I have beaten the game, so I've got all the Iron variant, all of the past paradox.
Gotcha. I feel like
Pokemon.
I need to sit down and play the multiplayer with somebody in order to actually sit down and actually focus on the game. Have a friend to run around with, even if they're just there to follow me and chat.
Well, I wouldn't mind playing with you at some point.
Hey,
At least
that'd
then
be
we
fun.
at least then we could trade mons. But you're not getting the Iron Valiant that I have currently. He's been nicknamed after someone very special.
That's fair. That's fair. That's very fair. Oh man, I don't know. I'm trying to. I think I'm overdoing it for myself because I've not been having a lot of time to stream lately because I've been spending a lot of time throughout the week trying to edit videos, or I just don't have the energy to do anything due to work. It's like I'm hoping that I can do some at one point I can start to focus on this more as a full-time thing. I'm hoping content creation so I can dedicate more time to put out more and more really high quality content.
Yeah.
It's hard not having time to do that. Like, do you have any big ambitions, any goals you want to hit by the end of the year in terms of content creation?
Well, I just hope to reach 15K followers by the end of the year.
On Twitter or Twitch?
Overall.
Overall? Okay, gotcha.
If I can reach though 2K followers on Twitch, then I'll push for partner, because at least then I'll be able to help more people. Because my main goal as stream mum is to help any VTuber that I see.
Just keep in mind, people might try to take advantage of you for doing that.
Oh, I know that. I've had that happen to me a few times. Grim and Lulu have had to literally step in and go, "You got to stop this," because
oh, really?
I mean, literally, just recently, someone was talking to me, and they were like, I was trying my absolute hardest to help them out, but every single time I said something, they had something to throw back at me to basically just
shut you down.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, were you just trying to give them advice, or what was going on?
They just wanted someone to vent to. They didn't actually want help.
And did they do this on stream?
No, they did this in private
okay,
DMs.
well, at least it was private, but still, that's. Yeah, no, I don't. It's not okay to vent. It's not okay to just. That's why it's like, to me, I'm trying not to get, like, I did a report on a VTuber recently, but I'm trying not to get too involved in drama like that because it's not fun being involved in drama or having people vent to you
Oh,
about their problems all the time.
I know that. I mean, there's this recent drama I've found out that I was told about. It's like people want me to let everyone know what's going on. I'm a little apprehensive about that because, like, while this person did do a lot of really terrible shit, like holy fuck, trying to frame someone for murder, holy
I
shit.
think I might know exactly who you're talking about too, because I think they're very well talked about now. And I can even DM you the name. Does it happen to be this person? Let me DM you.
Da, 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 da. Not.
Really? It's not that person?
That's the person who is sending me the news about the person I'm talking about. No,
Weird.
I actually notified you about this person a long time ago.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, so it's somebody
yes.
else.
Yes, they're quite a big VTuber who yeah, it's like if I were to bring out their name, I could
Yeah, don't say it. I'm
possibly
looking
use
through our old tweets, but well, I've also heard about those people too. It's interesting. So the person, because the name I just DM'd you is somebody also who I believe was trying to frame their partner for murder as well. Yeah, I just scrolled up this on name.
Yep.
So it's not that's terrifying if it's both of them because it's not. Oh God, if it's there are so many screwed up people in the VTuber community. It sucks.
Mm.
Yeah. To be helped.
There are just people just want to be helped. Yeah. This is talking about the situation I was in before.
Yeah, that people need to want to be helped, not fight back.
Yeah, both Grim and Lulu were in that same chat to try and help me, and it just wasn't going anywhere.
That's fair.
Ultimately, the person I was trying to help chat.
Let's see.
So it's just like, okay, so you just wanted me to sit there and take it when I deal with my own health every so often.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I have my show in about half an hour.
Oh, really? So should we cut it short? Do you think that now is a good time to end the interview so I can let you get that all set up?
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that, Active. I only just realized.
No problem. I think this might be a good time to end anyways. I've asked you a lot of questions, and who knows, maybe I can eventually have a follow-up interview with you, or maybe, again, we'll just chat sometime on a regular stream. But this was fun. And definitely I need to make sure I talk to you more off-stream as well. This was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed yourself as well.
Yes, I had quite a lot of fun being on the other chair instead of being the one to interview.
Yeah, I'm glad. I hope I gave you a good experience. Also, I've been meaning to ask this every time I end the interview. But if you have anyone you would wish to point my way for an interview that you think would like to have an interview, be sure to do that. I love to interview people, and the more the merrier.
Well, I mean, I have both my partners, which I've already pointed you towards.
Yeah, I'll be sure to do that then.
And and I don't know, maybe Oren if he's not busy. I've got plenty of people that might be interested in being interviewed.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm looking forward to it then. But yeah, thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Please go check out Hayami in the link in the description. I had a blast interviewing her. Go check out all her socials. All the ones you're interested in, even the you know, more NSFW side if you'd like.
Arigatou gozaimashita, minna, goshujin-sama, and everyone in between. I hope you all had fun here, and I will see you all over on my Twitch channel later. Until then, abayone.
Yeah. See everyone. Bye bye.